Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today, I'm going to demonstrate how we block out this comic sequence. So, I'm just going to explain, okay? So in this panel, we see Goku running away from Master Roshi. So we know we want to pull this out. Now, ideally, we don't want to pull this, actually. We want to keep them together. Let's see if we can do this. Move, yeah, we would rather use the move null. The second main control instead of using the placer. I'm going to pull him out, rotate him 360. And now, I guess you guys, are you guys confused still about when do you use the placer, when you not use the placer?
Placer?
Yeah. Placer, yeah. So this guy in here, he's facing backwards, right? So if your shot is not connected, like in here, he turned away, right? And then he still turned 180, and then the next shot he's facing him again. Then you can cheat it. You can rotate the group backwards, right? But then in here, you better face it forward. So I would say during the cut, while there's a close-up on Master Roshi, you can cheat it and flip this 180. Okay? Because in some rigs, once you flip it 180, it will cause gimbal problem on the arms and knees. So this is one thing you want to be careful when you animate these sequence. So for shot one, I'm just gonna flip it, okay? And then I'm gonna pose him, and I'm gonna create a camera. So perspective, new. I'm gonna call this render cam. And I'm gonna give a cube as a platform. Okay, there you go. So now if we do it right, we should be able to get the same kind of stretch here with the lens. We try to match the horizon line too. You guys know what is horizon line, right? We try to match the same angle, so I'll do that. And I'm gonna pose him. This is why we need a tear off copy in the perspective. We want to lock this camera for now. And you guys should know about this character when we should use IKFK, right? I know this this alpha, she's a little different than Goku, but let's do our best. And you can see in the comic, he's leaning forward a little bit. And then he's pretending he's angry, right? So let's try to get his arm like in the third panel. do that. A student from around a year ago, she finally got hired by Atomic Cartoons. Yeah, you know, in this atmosphere, it's pretty bad, you know, because there's no hiring at all. I'm glad she got picked up, and she didn't give up after she graduated. You know, she keeps showing me work. So if you guys can pick up any job, just don't give up, okay? Animation. Is it what?
Is it hard to find job for everything or just animation?
For animation, it's pretty hard right now. There's no one hiring.
I think it's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Is it?
LinkedIn is pretty rough right now.
LinkedIn is a depressing platform.
Yeah.
How do you like this pose from behind? We can do something more interesting, right?
Lower.
Yes. Lower. Give her some hip movement.
Lean a bit more to one side.
Huh?
Lean a bit more to one side.
Yeah. Wow, Van Joe, you're giving me notes. When are you gonna supervise me? Good job. Maybe give this chest a little turn, right? Offset the chest a little bit, right? And then you see, right now I have my left leg forward. Maybe I can offset the pose a little bit. How do you like that? How you like that? I can't sing right now. There, a little better. Cool. That's my first pose. Now let's take a look at the actual camera here. That's the render cam. Something we can do here. I'm gonna go to display option, display film gate, turn it to black, make it 1. There you go. No overscan. There you go. So that's gonna be my setting. Now, I'm gonna pull this out, unlock the camera. Let's try to match it. You see, in the comic here, it has kind of room on the head and a little bit of room at the bottom. We'll try to match the same framing, okay? If you can't see the framing well, you can turn on the count sheet in here. That's gonna help you frame the character a little better. What do you think? That's pretty close. So I'm going to select everything, both characters, set a key, including the camera, set a key. So that's my first panel, second panel. Why is it so loud? What's going on in the next room? Second panel. I'm gonna pose Master Roshi. So obviously he's kind of like, what, right? You see this camera here is coming from the right. So if you guys look at my right shoulder here, I'm kind of flat right now, right? So we do something like that, open up a little bit more towards the camera, it would be better. So when you do a shot, you kind of have to consider that. Imagine the camera is from here, right? That's not as interesting. So let's rotate him a little bit there. All right, we gotta give him an FK arm. Crazy. Do you think that's term 3? Probably, right? 5? Gosh, term 5 is terrible. I was teaching term 5, they are really loud. They just won't shut up. What should we do if we raise his arm? Oh, nice! Good job, man. That's what?
That's why no sense.
5%?
Yeah.
Maybe. Right, something like that. And then we can use the perspective to kind of get the angle. Look at that. What do we say in here? How do you feel about these angles compared to the panel? We can't cheat, right? We don't want to push the character closer in just one shot. What do we do when we're in this situation? Focal length, yes.
Yeah.
Good. Wow, you guys have been studying, huh? We try to get closer, right? Because we're seeing his arm around here. Like that kind of angle. Don't worry about his posing yet. We can always tune that pose. Select the camera here. Now, do you notice when I press S, the focal length isn't keyed? So you want to key the previous. Should I go tell them to calm down? Huh? Are they always this loud? Security. All right, let's do that. 75. I think we can push it a little further. Let's try 100. Gosh, dude. they're so loud. I'll talk to them after this panel. So you can see here, okay? And then raise his elbow up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty good. We can rotate the COG a little bit over. There. Jesus Christ. Where's my noise cancelling headphone? I need it right now. There. Because if I pan the camera over like that, and then let's see if I push him closer. But then they would be too close. Look at this. Because they're in the right distance, right? If I put him closer, let's see. Like that? No. Yeah. Undo. Do.
Before was better.
Yeah.
But I think the manga cheat as well.
Huh?
The perspective is not correct.
We try to match it the best as we can. That's our first
Yeah,
target goal.
cheat.
Yeah. Let's say this is good. Okay. I'm gonna save this and I'll see what's happening there. Lemon, new folder. This term, wow. Comic option 3 underscore take 01. I think they are maybe too far. Like there. There, that's good because we can see some there. There, okay, good. So that's that. Select both, oops, select both character and the camera, set a key, okay. Close up. We try to not change it so much in here. Just try to rotate it a little bit. But when because you're doing the layout, if you're doing the layout on your own in the future and you cheat and you mess up, you'll get your own karma because you will have to deal with the cheat when you animate your shot. Don't think about like, oh, it's just layout, I do whatever, okay? So in this pose, I don't want to cheat so much, so I'll make sure her legs and everything, they're reasonable. Come on, man. So if you ever find the pose like this guy here, his neck's pretty broken. So if you can't match it, ask your supervisor or lead. Ask them for better options, okay? but then try to do your best. The earlier comic, the earlier Dragon Ball is actually nicer. The art is nicer looking. I think it's still the original guy who's doing that. Later on, his style became really rigid on the lines. It's not as round. Like that's what I can tell. You can still see he's trying to do the muscle, right? And then the later part is just one straight line. Yeah. I like these ones better. It's just my opinion. Okay, that's pretty close. Now let's look at this. We see a little bit of his knees, right? So let's try framing that. Maybe she should get a little lower. Like that. You can tell in the earlier pose she's pretty straight, and then in the next pose she's more crouched. So there should be a transition. Maybe when the camera pans over, she's doing this like, right? Because you want to establish how she turns the head. Okay, so that's good. Set a key on both, just in case we miss anything, because this is just previous for now. So I've done these three. Go on to the next. Next one is Master Roshi. So shot 4. Again, based on this pose, right? Let's give him a step back. Because it's impossible for him to do a pose change without doing a step, so that's why I did in here. How would you behave? Like from here, we see his nose, we see his nostril. So what would you do in here? If he's like forward, like what the fuck, right? And then he's scared, like oh, that's the pose. He will lean back, right? So let's give him a lean back. If you think about these ones, when you do layout, your camera angle won't be that far, you know? Where's his facial control? Is it on his head? You don't have to cry, man. It's okay. There. Right. He. We try to be as close as the original. Can't move that. Then let's try that. And his eyes really big, so. Try to get this part a little bit bigger, because his left is bigger in the shot. How's that? That's pretty good. Okay. And of course this character is very different, so let's get it as close as possible without breaking it. I think that's pretty close. Closer. Because it's almost like a close-up shot on his head, like that. Get some shoulder in. I think that's pretty good, right? Did I mess up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Okay, so shot 5. Oh my god, I keep clicking it. Shot 5 is difficult. Why am I doing this? You know why I'm turning on the wireframe on shaded, right? Oh, here. You see these lines? That's what I'm trying to match first, okay? Skip this. Uh, 50. Now this is what I'm talking about. We can now flip this back to 0. I know I told you guys not to flip the COG. Let's keep that rule. Huh? Don't rotate it on X. A little bit on Y is okay. X is like, it depends. Try not to rotate, because once you do that, when you want to offset stuff from the chest, it's kind of difficult. And from this pose in here, we won't know where his right knee is, right? But then we know his arm, we know his left arm is in the front, so I assume his left leg will be behind because it's like a run, but it's cross, you know. And let's pose his arm with FK for now. It's just previous. And you know why I push him forward instead of fixing his legs? You know what's the reason? Because if I fix his legs, it means he's sliding backwards. His legs is at the same spot. We try to push him forward to get the legs right. Do you understand? Yeah? So I push it forward until his leg is in A, and I can use ball roll in here, right? Man, I hate that auto arrange shit. What happens if your arm is forward? You stretch your shoulder forward. Down. Okay, so this is the problem. Because now we can't really get his chest down more, this is the moment you want to do that. Rotate the COG down, okay? And in my perspective, I'm actually checking how much is coming down. This is a pretty good pose. That looks like it. How's this pose? The arms should get closer. There, that's pretty close, right? And then point his fingers out like that. Alright, let's get the other arm done. What do you guys think?
Right leg be straight back.
Sorry, what? His what?
Should
right leg be back. Hey, I'm teaching. Can I call you back?
Okay, bye.
If her right leg is back, you're proposing this,
Yeah, because like the right arm is always further.
but then his knee here is straight down.
It's got little legs. Yeah, it's little.
Yeah.
It's little everything.
Yeah.
Stuffy everything.
I know, it's different scale.
Should have looked this. Maybe like crouching, like squatting kind of.
And we have to pay attention at these movement lines too, because they're representing his kind of anticipating. So I guess he would stretch out. You know what? Let's pose it closer, like that. Like that, okay? Like that. Like a crouch. But you know what? I think it's nicer to be like that kind of angle would be nicer. We should push this leg further like that. This angle would be nicer. We're gonna push this a little bit closer like that. So it's not so stretched out. Okay, let's go with this. Let's take a look at the how far she's off from the original spot. So now we should push all of them closer, right? Right, this is not so far off. Set a key. Now this is tricky because these two shots, they're one shot, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pose this guy from this frame 4 pose. And I'm gonna push this a little further. Because you need to give room for the leg to stretch. This after stretch, this pose here is after he stretch and the leg is coming back for another step. So this, when we do a run, how many steps is a run? 7 steps, right? 7 frames is a step for the run. So if we time this out, this is probably like, you know, this anticipating. This should be maybe like frame 4 or 5. We count in animation. So let's do that.
This is a step between what point and what point in a step?
It will be after the stretch and then coming back.
Okay.
So it'll be like from here, right? Stretch and here.
Okay.
I know the comic seems like it's breaking his arm. It probably is because it's 2D. But it's 3D, so don't break it yet, okay? You can do the breaking arm moment when you're doing in between. When his arm is pulling back, you should pull your shoulder back too. Wow, I almost screwed up. Oh my god, there's a lot undo. Yeah, wrong frame. Who read these comics? Raise your hand. Just you? No one else?
All
Oh,
of them, though.
but the same one. You read it? The same one?
Well, I read the entire series and the.
Oh, so you didn't read the original one. I guess this is too old.
What do you mean original? Like I read this.
Yeah, actual book.
Oh no, I only read it online. I never bought them.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Internet age.
Right. Fine. I'm old.
Yes, yes.
I think the only comic I read was like Loki. Remember those?
Right. You know the son of the author? He works at Pixar.
Oh, does he actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a cartoon thing.
Yeah. That is fun. I just want it to be right there. It has to go on the next frame. Wow, this is very cartoony. Let's try that. Hey Vinay, sorry, Venjo.
Yeah.
You would like doing these posts because it's so funny. Look at that. Right. It's so wrong. It's not even right.
Not very human.
You know the Japanese movie Ring?
Yeah.
That can be that.
The ring.
The Ring, yeah. Yeah, it's from. Okay, so what's the difference in here? I think we can push her a little bit lower, right?
He looks really high.
I know, and then we have to push down his legs too. Let's try that. I know his leg is her leg is really long. That's wrong. Long and wrong. Can't make it look good. But I won't give up. imagine my client give me this and like, Mark, make it happen.
So cursed. Like, how are you gonna animate that? Kind of like an animal.
Yeah, you just have to make it happen. I don't know. Yeah. Probably can we de-stretch her legs? Where's stretch? There's no.
Might be on the gear.
Yeah, check the gear. It might be on there.
Auto stretch. It is stretch.
You can't go you can't go minus. We'll just do that. It's okay. It's just one frame. All right. There. Set a key. What's next? And then. Rah! It's not so bad. Maybe it's just this one frame that's happening. Are you guys okay? If you want to fall asleep, just don't yawn so loud. Oh. You know this is the hard shot. I picked the hardest one.
Yeah, that's why no one picked it.
Two people picked.
You guys can't take the challenge, you know? It's pretty close.
He moved the panel over a little bit. So it's not this close.
Except it's much higher. You see, I will do this and middle drag. Let's try. $40. No, this is pretty close. 60?
It's gonna end up being the same shot. Do you want to keep the focal length the same?
Yeah,
or
I
is it-
should. I should. It's not that much difference. We can just assume his turn and his eye's still looking there. But then you only see eye white if that guy actually has an eyeball. One thing at a time.
Can't rig the eyes to pop out or something.
Yeah. Right, so here. Let's give a roll. That's pretty close. What do you think?
Should be more vertical or lateral. More, sorry, more horizontal.
Oh, the other way?
More flat.
Right, his body should be more curved.
Like an arrow.
The hand's pretty close. Let's fix his legs. We should get her closer. Let's see how it looks. Something like that. What do you think? There.
Yeah.
Let's tilt the camera up tiny bit. Let's see if we can poke his eyes out. I don't think we can do that. Nah, that's broken. Ooh. Ooh. I know we shouldn't translate the jaw, but at this moment, let's do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, whatever. Set a key. It actually turns out pretty good. All right. What's next? Can I take a break?
Yeah.
It's 8:10.